Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to play some more Your Boyfriend. This time we are going to, try to see if there's any differences in Dawn's route and the stranger route. Just because I know Lucy's changed. DK not as much. Let's begin. I know I could do it multiple times on the, meaner routes, too. Maybe I do, yeah, maybe... Oh, the meaner route will technically be the next day free when it happens. So, okay. Welcome, Wayne. You two have fun. My life has been chaotic. My family broke into another fifth drama, so I left the nest and ran straight to the college. I got my apartment and a job, and even that has become unbearable. Working at a local Greasy Spoon diner doesn't pay the best, honestly, so finding a roommate was my only workhorse of being able to afford an apartment. Now my roommates always bring some dropout into the apartment for late night study sessions. My sleep schedule is wrecked, and on top of it off, the rent is late. I've heard once that if you become a roommate with a friend, you won't stay friends for long. I've been told that too. I'm trying to go faster. In my case, my friendship is strained, with my friend making excuses for why they need me to cover their half of the rent. Thanks to that deadbeat, I'm working harder just to scrape by every month. Picking up a second job will drive me to early grave at this point. Never know. The park gives me a chance to have some much needed alone time. This part of our park in particular is my favorite because it's untouched by obnoxious family members and college jerks. The only people who come here are the groundskeepers, even them. They only come by in the morning. Close my eyes, I rub my face and breathe out the tension from my body so that I could enjoy the peace and quiet. Just then, I felt someone sit down beside me. It's gonna be Peter. I startled. I turned to face the interloper.
Oh, hey, take it easy. It's just me.
The stranger says, trying to keep me from leaping too high off the park bench. You're a jumpy one, aren't you? Scooting awkwardly towards me, a shy smile creeps over his face. I keep my eyes on him like a hawk, unsure what his intentions are. Not once do his unblinking eyes stray from mine. So, are you waiting for a family member or a friend? It just seems kind of odd for you to be sitting here all alone like this and so far away from the jogging track. A chill runs down my spine. I cross my arms over my chest and slide myself away from him, perching closer to the edge of the bench. Does the same person walk up to you out of the blue and start asking such questions? No, but Peter does, and some natural people do, too. The stranger picks up at my own knees, refraining from moving any closer towards me, crossing his fingers in between his legs, smiling warmly. I mean, you don't look like a groundskeeper or one of the old people feeding pigeons after doing Tai Chi. Oh, I'll say that one again. Or one of the old people feeding pigeons after doing Tai Chi. I am the old people doing Tai Chi. I'm just getting some alone time to myself. Things have been pretty intense lately. It's like he wants to wrap his arms around me in comfort, fingers twitching. Oh, he definitely does.
I know this is sudden. Very sudden. But may I have the pleasure in taking you out to dinner?
You know, when he says it like that, you go like, yeah, but kind of be nice. It's kind of shy, but we know him well enough. Can I have the pleasure? Never mind, he's weird. I can't tell if it's just him being socially awkward or eccentric. What? Why? Why is he interested in me of all people?
Well, I'm your boyfriend. Isn't that why you're here?
My boyfriend? Why would he be assuming we're in a relationship? The stranger sits patiently waiting for my answer. What no? What no? I pull my hand away from his. Normally I try to be polite when I turn down someone's advances, but the stranger's presumptuousness makes my skin crawl. Oh, I see. I think I was getting mixed messages from you. I mean, it doesn't make much sense for you to come here and then not want me. Yeah, it kind of does, Peter. Kind of does. I quickly leave my seat. Hopefully, I can get back to the more frequent parts of the park before any other creeps crawl out from under the rocks and bushes. What are you doing? His expression is on the tempest of mixed emotions, none of them as positive or as playful when I first saw him. It's getting late. I'm going to head home. I lie, of course. I roll to find the nearest path out of the park and to the nearest public street. Oh, well, maybe I can walk you home then. Oh, you already know where we live. We'll meet you tonight. Or technically in the flower shop. The night when we're asleep. No, thank you. Look, it's nothing personal, but you're coming off kind of creepy, and I'm not that comfortable around you. He rubs his arm awkwardly. Creepy, but sorry, I have to go. I cut him off and walk away, occasionally looking over my shoulder. I don't want him creeping up on me while my back was turned. He doesn't move, just sits there with a forlorn look on his face. I wander around the city a little bit more, visiting places I normally wouldn't. My paranoia has got me looking over my shoulder. Wonder if he might still be lurking somewhere behind me. I don't know. Maybe I am not thinking straight. But who knows? Some guy who presumes that he's your boyfriend when before either of you know each other. His name is probably not the most psychologically healthiest people, are they? Yeah, no, they aren't. But Peter, after all, still the way I left him behind. That makes me feel like maybe I'm the jerk. I come across a local florist shop and remember passing a few of my downtown walks. I've been meaning to stop in and pick up some flowers in the apartment, but could never seem to find the time. Well, I have time now, so why not? Stepping into the shop, I'm hit with the fragrant combined scent of flowers inside. I wander past the colorful display of flowers arranged in its pod plants and small gifts of priority. I had a particular purchase in mind. The roses. I catch the scent of roses from the rustic wooden shelf display. Being mindful that some still have their thorns, I reach out to pick one up, and a hand brushes against mine. I snatch my hand away, catching a glance at the other person. Oh, fancy seeing you here. The man from the park beams at me before pulling the rose out. I didn't know you shopped here, too. I don't. The stranger places a finger over his lips. Shh, it's a small shop. There's no need to raise your voice. His comment rubs me the wrong way, but I try to compose myself. Did you follow me here? Is this pure coincidence, or should I be worried? Oh, we definitely should be worried. What? Of course not. He looks a little hurt by my accusation. It's like, no, you know we're on to you. I come here almost every day, you know. Oh, am I really being a butt to him? He fumbles around with the rose in his hands, eyes focused squarely on the ground. I love flowers. This little shop is only one nearby, so I come here a lot to see what new bouquets they have made and if they're having on sale. All for us, though. I'll admit that sometimes I get a glimpse of you through the windows at the diner that you work at. Well, I've been meaning to walk in and finally say hi, but I lose my nerves and stay out. You've been watching me? You've been watching me? Are you serious? What kind of creep are you? But it's not like that. His hands reach out for my shoulder in an attempt to calm me down. I flinch away in shock and disgust, not laying his grubby hands anywhere on me. Don't touch me! I storm out of the florist shop, not looking back for anything. I'm sorry, Peter. Like, we need to know what happens with Dawn this time. It's getting dark out. I hate walking home at night. After crossing paths with that crazy stalker, I have no reason to now. I take a longer, less traveled path home in case the creepy guy knew more about my habits. He does. He knows everything. Crap, I need to find a new place to hang out at, and probably a new job. It's like, I do like the new... Because I don't think she was there in the first. I stormed into the apartment and slammed the door behind me, by slightly shivering from my earlier encounter. The rummaging of my roommate and their study partner in the kitchen came to an abrupt silence as my unceremonious arrival. I shut my eyes and walked past. They found a habit walking around naked afterwards their study sessions. And I don't even want to guess if they were dressed this time. So now I know it's technically probably Vino that she's with. I flopped down on my bed, muffling a frustrated scream with my pillow. After a moment, I roll over on my back and stare up at the ceiling, trying to forget about my day, trying to forget about him. Falling asleep from a sheer exhaustion, my last thought is a simple wish. I hope I never see that weirdo again. Well, that wish is not going to happen. His wish it definitely will. Onward to day 2. So, Lion, did you have a nice time with the stranger? Don't answer that. It's time to get up and face another day. Ugh. I go over on my bed for a moment. Every inch of my body is begging me to wake up, but I don't wanna. I feel so sleep deprived. I think I know why. I fight the will to wake up for a moment, rubbing my eyes before sitting up in my bed. I'm a mess. Okay, we're just gonna skip to... Get the clock. 9:12 a.m. Oh my god, I'm late for work. Finally dressed, I rush out of my bedroom, making my way into the kitchen section where I normally put my work keys.
Hey, looks like someone's in a hurry.
Yeah, it's because we've slept in. A surge of irritation floods through me when I hear Lucy's voice. I take a glimpse over my shoulder towards the Debbie, who wasn't making my life any easier. Yes, I'm in a hurry because some of us actually have a job. I mutter under my breath, grabbing work keys from the kitchen counter and beginning to storm right by her. Again with the guilt trip. Well, we're gonna quit too, so... She mutters something else under her breath as she rolls her eyes. Look, I'm trying, alright? Sorry, Lucy, I skipped that. I just haven't had any callbacks yet. She tries to explain, but I've grown tired of her half-butt excuses. I'm not even going to argue with her. Now is not the time, because right now, time is not on my side. I brush her off and make my way to the door, rushing myself down the stairs and out of the apartment building. First a stalker, now I might lose my job. With any luck, I might get hit by a car and die on impact. Which would be the lucky part, because he's a guide. It's Truck-kun. It's Sunday. There's hardly any customers on Sunday mornings, but even then, it doesn't excuse my tardiness. See, it changed. Late and tardiness, and it's still the same route. Rushing through the front doors of the diner, I dash into the kitchen and grab my apron off the coat hanger along the far end of the wall. The apron seemed to be the only place where grease stains don't get all over me. I think that's the reason why aprons were invented. Fumbling to tie the apron on, I rush over towards the time clock and snatch my time card to punch in. Wait. According to this, I'm already clocked in. Who could have... We have one guess. One guess only, and it's not Peter. My attention snaps towards the sound of approaching footsteps. Whoever it is, they're not trying to be discreet as they carry a clanking stack of dirty dishes back from the table.
There you are. Where have you been?
TK.
I've been covering your shift for the past 45 minutes without the boss even knowing you're not here.
TK rushes right by me. As they gently place the dishes into the sink of soapy hot water, wiping their hands, TK sighs loud enough to make sure that I hear it. They're like this all the time, though. Always acting like they're the big sibling to everyone and keeping things in one piece. I half as I try to think of an excuse that doesn't sound as pathetic as my alarm clock didn't go off, but the truth is all I have, so I tried to downplay the issue. I don't get why you're making such a fuss. We're pretty much dead on Sunday morning. You clearly weren't paying attention when you came barging in. TK wipes her hands on their apron before gesturing for me to look out through the service window. What the? Are you kidding me? Why are there so many old farts here? I try not to raise my voice to the point that the fiber chomping boomers outside did not hear me. Oh, they heard ya. I'm gonna take a guess and say this one heard, like, which one looks like a Karen or the Greta right here. This guy, he heard us. A tour bus came along. That's what happened. Now stop asking questions and start waiting tables. TK hands me a spare notepad and pencil and nudges me out of the kitchen. Great, here I am, hoping to have an easygoing day. So much for that. Yeah, we were also hoping that we had to find our job. Thanks to Peter. The breakfast crowd is a nightmare. Karens and redneck grandpas everywhere with something up their asses. Some of them even going as far as refusing to pay because I didn't kiss their goddamn feet whenever their coffee was not filled all the way, or their T-bone steak wasn't cooked the way they wanted. Yeah, T-bone steak for breakfast. Not even breakfast steak and eggs either. An actual T-bone steak dinner with potatoes and steamed carrots. And then when one person refuses to order off the breakfast menu, there's a dozen more that follow suit. Such a hassle. Why couldn't the elderly be more like my grandparents? Pleasant and polite. The last of the great generation. Not these entitled boomers. I'm guaranteed some of them actually are from the great generation. Some of them are nasty. As mean. Eventually, the crowd starts dying down, most leaving to do some sightseeing, others staying to order more coffee or lunch. At least these are the kinds of customers that mind their own business and are more focused on eating or talking. Staggering to the kitchen to let out a long sigh and rest against the wall, finally able to take a moment to relax. I know you want to get off your feet, but you missed a table. TK sneaks over to my side, giving me a gentle nudge before pulling back out to the dining area. I roll my exhausted eyes and look over towards them. Can't you do it? I don't feel like having some Karen hurl their eggs on me again. I would, but you owe me for covering your tables for an hour. Damn it, they had a point. With a groan, I lean myself off the wall, trying to straighten my posture, and stumble back out. Scanning the booths, I check all the tables that had already gone, matching their faces in orders table by table. I don't think I missed any. The voice chimes in from the booth to my right. And we already know who it is. Hey there, stranger. That's casual this time. I tried to suppress my disgust, fake a smile as I readied the notepad and pencil in my hand. It's a bad idea to make a scene in front of everyone. Hey, you. This day was bad enough, but now he's here. I thought I made it clear that I didn't want to see you ever again. Okay, I'm not doing that well with hiding away how much I don't want to see him. You did, and I understand why. Trust me, I'm not an idiot. He mumbles, looking down at the table in front of him as he starts picking up one of the napkins. He didn't let me explain yesterday since he blew up and stormed off like that. I had to apologize to the florist about the outburst. Oh god, that's right. I'm probably not allowed in there anymore. Not that I plan on going back now that this freak goes there often. He goes there because of us. Crossing my arms, I wait for his excuse, ready to publicly call this creep out. I never intended stalking anyway. You're just in our face I sing every day while I was on my walks. But over the time, you became more and more captivating. A face I could help but stop for a moment to admire. Actually, kind of sounds sweet that way. But we know what you're actually thinking, Peter. We know. As he speaks, he starts folding the napkin into paper plane. Or so the story goes anyways. He finishes giving a hint of sneer upon the last statement. I tucked the notepad and pencil away in my pocket. You know, this doesn't help you sound any less creepy. It's not as creepy as it could be. I've had creepier interactions. His eyes shift over towards me, an eerie squint in his gaze as he smiles a little, responding to my reply.
You're just playing hard to get at this point.
A chill of dread shoots through my entire body. I don't know if it's the words, his tone, or the gaze that's setting off all the red flags, but I'm not going to stand here and analyze why my survival instincts are kicking into overdrive. Turning away, I quickly make my way back to the kitchen, trying to untie my apron with my sweaty palms. TK approaches me with an expression of concern. They might have watched the whole thing happen. Hey, are you alright? What happened? What did he say? I can't do this. I need to go home. I hand TK my apron. Just have Alicia cover my shit from now on.
Whoa. You're quitting? What did he do? Should I call the police?
Not this time. We're going for Dawn's route. No, I don't want to deal with them right now. I don't want to talk about this, nor do I want to be bothered with this creep any longer. Shaking my head, I simply walk out, taking the back entrance so that I don't have to walk into the psychopath's line of sight. But he knows what we're doing. He's looking for the code right now, probably. Rushing home, I occasionally look over my shoulder, hoping that I wouldn't catch that stalker following me again behind me. He knows everything. He knows when we're asleep. He knows if we've been bad or good. Something good, for goodness sake. I don't see anything, not even signs of movement from the corner of my eyes, but I'm not going to let my guard down. Or be very bad and get out of here. Cow dodge. I find alive in front of the apartment building. I hurry my way inside while pulling out my phone. TK has been messaging me the entire time about what happened back at the diner, leaving messages like, please, call the police, talk to me, did you contact your family yet? All kinds of worry word text. I appreciate their concern, but I don't want to drop it. I just want to drop it and forget it all. Home sweet home. Hopefully that guy doesn't know where I live. About that. Maybe we shouldn't try hoping for anything anymore. Because it's going for deaf ears. Closing the door behind me, I shuffle in, dropping my keys on the counter. Great. Not only have I mocked my roommate for not having a job, now I don't have one either. I'm sure she's going to have a heyday once she learns this. I don't think she should know about the creepy man. Wyan, is that you? My roommate calls out from her room. I don't bother to answer as I sink myself into the sofa, feeling utterly miserable. Of course, she comes out of the room anyway, gazing at me with confusion. I normally don't come home early, as I always working overtime because of her lazy jobless ass. Just like me, now. What the heck are you doing home so early? It was just a bad day, so I left. That place wasn't working for me anyway. I'm good at telling lies to people I don't care about, apparently. She doesn't seem to buy it as she tilts her head to the side, giving a little sneer. Yeah, I can smell bullcrap. No day is worse than the truck driver incident. The truck was trying to isekai me. He was trying to save me. I sit there in silence for a moment, gritting my teeth as I debate whether I should tell her or not. Just then, I feel her sit down right next to me, looking a little more concerned now. Honestly, this is off-putting, especially since she never really acted as if she cared about me when I first moved in.
Come on, Stifflet. Talk to me.
Keep lying. I said, it's been a bad day. I mutter, wanting to get my point clear that there's no way I'm going into any discussion about this. My roommate keeps quiet for a moment, almost as though she's reading my body language before letting out a long sigh. Well, let me at least get you a drink. Water. She offers, getting up off the sofa and walking into the kitchen section. I might use a drink, something to settle my nerves, but as far as I'm concerned, nothing's gonna ease me from those words he said. Not the glint in his eyes as he said it too. It's all still fresh in my mind. He was talking to us, not the, I'm pretty sure he was talking to us, not the actual lion in the game. Just remembering his voice makes my stomach turn. So I don't even have the appetite to drink at all. Getting up from the sofa, I make my way towards my room, wanting to lock myself away and debating if I want to call my folks or not. I hear my roommate call out to me, but I'm in such a panic from today that I really can't hear what she's saying. Closing and locking the door behind me, I make my way towards the bed and flop down on the mattress, tucking myself away under the sheets and curling into a ball. Jobless, broke, and I have a stalker. How could life get any worse? It seems that my roommate's taking the hint as she doesn't bother to come in and harass me about that drink. That's fine. I've had enough of the company for a long while. I just lay there for God knows how long, not even keeping track of time. I must be pathetic, laying here and doing absolutely nothing to help me forget about the man or my situation. One thing's for sure, though. I can't live here anymore. It's time to talk with my landlord about this arrangement and get me out as soon as possible. Sitting up in my bed, I mutter this strave to get back to my own 2 feet, making my way towards my bedroom door. Opening it slowly, I look around to see if Lucy's anywhere in sight. Nothing. She probably went out again, blowing more of her money on things other than her rent. Yeah, like Vino, it's not like my decision means anything to her anyway. I'm sure she'll just get another one of her friends to help her keep this place. Walking towards the door, I turn the handle and tug it open. And there he is! Jesus!
Didn't expect to see me, I take it.
Nope. The landlord huffed, placing his hands on his hips, and glaring at me. No, I mean, yes, but I thought you were someone else. I fumble with my words, trying to compose myself. Someone else? Is Lucy bringing riffraff back to this place again? Well, if you talk riffraff, I have a stalker. I swear to God, any more damage to that place and she's gone. I caught her trying to smoke earlier today. For Pete's sake, I know she did. Sent the candle in my butt. And Lucy's, you knew the entire time. You sent the candle. He's never in a good mood. There are times you don't want to bother him about a problem, and he'll chill you out for not telling him. But whenever you try to approach him about any issue you have, he blamed it all on you. There's no winning with this guy. Anyways, I came by to inform you two about the other half of the rent, and we got your share again. Actually, I was on my way to talk to you about something. He seems more annoyed than usual, crossing his arms as though expecting nothing but bad news from me that he needs to fix. This is how he waits for a response, no permission to go on, and even ask what's happening. Just that glare and intense moment of waiting. I can't stay anymore. This neighborhood is. I just can't live here. Of course, it's bad news, but something about his expression doesn't read annoyance, but more along the lines of curiosity. The neighborhood? Well, that's a first. I want to see if we tell you all everything too. He smirks as he muses over my excuses. My excuse. Do you at least have somewhere to go after you leave? Yes. Definitely. Not planning on getting our job and getting a camper van and literally escaping. I haven't called my folks yet. I figured I'll run this by you first before letting them know. I wouldn't even call them. I was peer out of nowhere. It's like, hi. I had a stalker. Oh boy, that Peter would not last. Kid, you must have family issues if you need my approval for your moving arrangements. First, before telling them. Oh, I don't need permission. I just leave. He says bluntly as he backs away from the door before turning to make his way down the hall. Anyways, let me head to my office and we'll get things arranged if we can. He takes this surprisingly well, probably can't wait to have an excuse to kick Lucy out. If there's no one to cover for her. Okay, that's different. Now you see. This is the landlord's place? Why the heck does he harass us about our living space if he doesn't even take care of his? Yeah, sneer all you like. I'm the one paying for the whole apartment complex and letting you live here in a nicer unit, so shut it. He says as though he knows exactly what I'm thinking. I must not have been the first tenant who had this reaction. He makes his way to the rooms, leaving the door open so that I could follow him. I wish I hadn't. A wanted poster now. The space is worse than out there. Oh, it looks cozy. Piles upon piles of paperwork stacked on his desk, and the 4 filing cabinets overflowing with more paperwork for God knows how long. Coffee stains and various bottle caps from beer bottles scattered all over his desk, and cigarette butts littering the windowsill as though he would smoke with the window open. Well, so it doesn't stink up the place. Maybe Lucy should have ordered a thing or two from Dawn. That explains the smell. Well, at least his wall decors are nice with classic tin posters of old diners and soda companies. No, I see a wanted poster though. See himself at the desk. He lets out a long sigh and tugs one of the cabinets open, flipping through the crumpled papers on one by one. Why, in right. I just nod while continuing to look around the mess of the place. I catch a glimpse of a picture frame that he has on his desk. The frame itself looks rather old, like those 1960s frames you find in thrift stores nowadays. My attention turns back to him as he puts out my paper, looking over the lease I have with the building. You've been here for, 3 months now? That's probably when Peter started stalking us. Yes. My heart sinks for a moment. He shakes his head and lays the papers back down. Your lease agreement was for 1 year. You got 9 more months to go before you're able to leave. If you try an early termination on your lease, it's going to cost you $4,500. Oh, I just left. Are you serious? I'll try and make it work then. I see. I'll try and make it work then. I mutter, lowering my head a little bit. Feels like my life has just come to end, but I don't want to argue with the landlord about my agreement to the lease. I bet he gets that a lot. Anyways, thanks for seeing me about this. I get up from my seat, ready to start heading out. You know, he says, tugging my papers back to his disorganized filing cabinet. If you're desperate to leave, I could hire you to do some odd jobs around this place. I paused for a moment, looking back towards him. Odd jobs like superintendent or cleaning work? Whatever you want. He huffs, getting up from his desk and guiding me out of his office space. For what I heard from Lucy, you quit your job over something bad that happened, and you don't want to talk about it. I simply give a nod, not wanting to open the situation about it with him just yet. If anything, this is the first time he and I actually talked for this long. Regardless, it's not any of my business, but you work hard to stay on top of your rent, so I figured you probably won't slack off working for me. And hey, you might want to make more helping out at this dump than you did in that Greasy Spoon Diner. It'd probably be better on a resume. Thank you, sir, mister. You still don't know my name yet, do you, kid? Just call me Dom for here on out. That should be easy enough to remember, right? Thank you, Don. That means a lot. I beam, nearly smiling from ear to ear. He's not as eccentric as he opens his front door for me. Yeah, I'm a real saint and all that crap. Just be here tomorrow at 8, and I'll give you a rundown on what you need to do and how. Now go back and get some sleep. About that, I don't think I'm going to be getting sleep. Or good sleep. With that, he closes the door behind me as I take my leave. I can't believe it. This is so good news for once. I better not jinx this. I make my way to my apartment, walking inside and looking around. Seems like Lucy isn't back yet. Then again, the nightlife was her lifestyle, and the sun has fully set. Looks like it's gonna be just me tonight again. Make my way to my room. I look around at the mess I keep procrastinating to pick up. Well, if I'm going to do any kind of maintenance on this building, I might as well start with my own living space. Orderliness. Who keeps opening this? Damn it. Did Lucy forget to pay our utility bill too? Yes. Okay, no. Setting my things down on my bed, I feel my way out my room, looking around the inky void before me. I think we have some candles placed somewhere. What? Who did I bump into? Lucy, is that you? Whoever it is, they stay quiet. Dawn, are you here? I whisper again, my heart racing faster as the silence only grows. Someone wraps their arms around me, and I feel something like a wet cloth covering my mouth and nose. I try to break free, but they don't loosen their grip. Oh God, I'm starting to feel drowsy and weak. Who's doing this? Why? A chill runs down my spine as I feel something that feels like a kiss against my cheek. Then I hear a familiar, seductive voice whisper in my ear. No. He found me. How? I can't. And that was Dawn's route, which is still the same as it was last time. If you like my content, please consider subscribing if you haven't already, comment down below, and liking the video. I'll see you guys next time.